From the very beginning, this has been a bank about customers. This bank is being founded by local business owners. This bank isn't being put together by bankers or some big organization out of state. This bank is founded by local people, and it's going to serve local people.
There are multiple banks here, but very few of them really reach out to meet the needs of the local business people the way we intend to.
Sachem Bank is a full-service, community-based, commercially oriented bank that was founded and is being started by business professionals for the community.
Here's a bank starting fresh capital, not the baggage of problems that, a lot of banks have today.
As a small business owner on the shoreline, you just don't get a good deal from any of the banks. You don't get the kind of respect and appreciation that I think you should.
We as organizers feel there's a need because we're a part of the small business community, and many of us have had less options or problems with other banking institutions that don't service our business needs.
The 30 organizers kind of all complained about the relationships that they had in the marketplace, trying to acquire loans, and to the interaction that they had with the folks at different banks, and decided that if we're going to be in this community, we should have a community bank that can support the community as well.
There's an organizer group here, a large organizer group, all of them businessmen. I mean, there's a couple of doctors there and whatever, but boy, and that's frankly why I'm here. They're attractive people, they're wonderful people, and they really know this community.
The roots in the community are what make the community, and what we did was we tried to find the people that make up those roots.
There are over 30 founders of this bank. Each founder owns or operates a business along the shoreline, and everybody has different needs. But the common thread is that we all do business along the shoreline, we all care about the towns that we live in, and we all, we all want to help each other.
It's all about business people, business professionals who have lived in the community their entire lives, who've had business here for generations, and we will be servicing our fellow shoreline business people.
The banks that populate this area tend to be regional, if not national, right? And when you're serving that kind of marketplace, you have to serve to the masses, right? I mean, you have not only your shareholders, but you really have to serve a much broader customer base. Well, one of the benefits that we have of being just a shoreline bank is we can serve the particular needs of our marketplace and our region.
If you have a big bank that doesn't really have any ties to this particular area, I mean, their interest is making money, and where they make the money doesn't really matter to them. It could be, the money could be made, somewhere in the middle of Iowa. Whereas if you have a bank that is really made up of people from this area, their concerns are what happens in this area.
We're looking to expand the services to technology-oriented products that will help people within that area to do their banking needs, do it efficiently, save them time and money.
As a younger entrepreneur, I typically never go into a bank, so I don't see the tellers. But I use all the technology, the websites, the mobile banking, all those things that make it easy and convenient. And we're going to be lucky to have those technology aspects already ready when we launch our bank. So we're going to have that advantage of having all the latest and greatest technology, but we don't have to pay for it because the technology has come so far. We don't have to pass those expenses on to the customers.
We're starting a bank with no old proprietary systems. Everything is new, everything's up to date, and the focus of customer service, because that's what a bank should be all about.
The main focus of our capital raise will be locally.
It's going to be capitalized by the people in this community who care about it.
Going to sell shares of stock. We hope to raise between 16 and 18 million.
We are looking for people who are willing to take and invest in the bank, who believe in the same values that we as directors and organizers do.
What better way to invest your money but back into the businesses that serve your community?
I think that having a bank that's actually invested in the community, that cares about the people in the community, is what's going to make set Sachem's apart.
And we really feel like the Shoreline needs a bank that's going to be focused on the client, that's going to be focused on the people who live here and work here.
There are a lot of big banks out there, but the big banks' focus isn't on the customers here on the Shoreline. All that Sachem Bank cares about is its customers along the Shoreline.